Welcome back to Talking Lead. This is episode 64. We're not doing seasons anymore, are we?
Nope.
Good.
We're all done with that because I can't keep up with it now.
You got a mouthful of food, don't you?
Got a little protein bar.
Nice. What'd you do with guns this week?
Well, you and I went out to the range.
We did.
Yeah, don't you remember shooting the video this week with the Timberwolf?
Oh, the Timberwolf.
Finally?
Yes, I do.
Finally.
Yeah. That was fun.
I went out a little bit earlier. I went to Owl Hollow, and Gabe and I shot a little bit, and then you and I went out. Was it Tuesday? Yeah,
Yes.
Tuesday. We went to the Armory, and we'll have that video out
Next week, probably.
next week. And it's a good shooting gun. I liked it.
I enjoyed it. Like I said in the video, I need a backstrap, bigger backstrap, because it felt like I was holding a pencil.
Yeah, it's a little thin. I mean, most of my guns, and I'll put a grip on them anyway, the Glocks, just because I like a thicker grip. But it was still comfortable, and I could see where it cuts down on the weight. So there was a weight difference between the 17 and the Timberwolf. I could tell.
Yeah.
Even with that sight on it, with the RMR. We had some issues with the RMR. Obviously, I mean they just put the wrong size dot on there for us.
Yeah, and
somebody might like
that wasn't
that
a lone wolf issue. That was
that's just personal preference. I'm sure on the red, or is it an amber dot? It was an amber dot, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was a big,
looked orangish yellow to me,
like a setting sun. It was huge. It was humongous. And then we've got the big FOP thing coming up this week also. Tomorrow,
which once people were listening to this, it's probably today.
So yeah.
Or last week, or a couple months ago.
But that's going to be a fun event.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We had a lot of good donations. A couple of the people that donated are actually here right now. We'll introduce them here in a little bit.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And what else did I do this week? There was something else. Go ahead.
Me?
Yeah. What did you do this week?
Well, you just said it. That's about it.
Anything else special?
No. Well, I almost shot my Mosin again.
Almost.
I still hadn't shot it yet. Took me about 2 weeks.
What are you waiting on?
Time. I just need time.
Oh, I know what I did. Gabe got a new, that Mossberg we were talking about?
Yeah, in the last show?
Yeah, in the last show. We took that out, the Mossberg MVP 308. We took that with us when we took the Lone Wolf, and we shot that. And then I was having some extractor problems with my Double Star, and Sean rebuilt the bolt for me. Put a new extractor in it and a couple, new springs and things like that, and it works like a charm. Works great.
A charm?
A charm.
A lucky charm?
Lucky charm.
Is it blue stars or green clovers?
I don't know.
Purple horseshoes.
That was one of our choices on the select fires. Do you like Lucky Charms, or what was it?
Frosted Flakes.
Frosted Flakes.
And then Aaron said protein bars.
Yeah. We don't eat cereal.
That works too. Well, we got two special guests with us today. Actually, one of them is actually going to be a guest, and the other one's kind of going to be a guest host since he's going to be on tomorrow night, and he'll get his guest appearance tomorrow night. But
he can do a double. He can do a back-to-back.
We'll ask him all the same questions again tomorrow. But give different answers. That'll make it even better. That guy we're talking about is Matt Powell with Promec. You can talk.
Speaking to the mic.
Hi. I looked like Borat when I did that, didn't I? I just kind of stared at you blankly and raised my hand. How are y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Welcome
Wonderful. Wonderful. It's a beautiful drive in here.
Yeah. From Hot Atlanta?
Yeah, the only thing is I got stuck on a radio station with praise music.
Oh, what's wrong with that?
I got a rental car. I can't figure out that radio.
How do you get stuck? I mean, you just could reach down and turn the knob.
No, the radio station that I left Atlanta on, and then I switched over to my iPhone to listen to.
Uh-huh.
And then I had to switch over to the GPS. And it's some type of, it's a Chrysler 300. It's maxed out. The problem is I can't figure out the radio.
I thought that was
I drove
your
the
ghetto
whole.
Bentley.
Yeah, I was balling with that car.
Yeah.
The ghetto. Yeah, it is.
What's that white rapper that endorses that?
Huh?
The white rapper dude that endorses the 300?
I don't know.
Yeah, Eminem. That's the name.
Imported from Detroit. That was
Detroit, yeah.
Yeah, that was it. So I rolled up to the studio with some praise music going. It fit the car if I was a 59-year-old black reverend driving it.
And then our other guest, who we have talked about many times, and now Left Hand actually has a holster from him too, is Jeremiah Savoy.
I can't keep this a secret, man. This
all the way up from Oklahoma. Or over, I guess, technically.
Yeah, did the tornadoes bring in?
I don't know what you guys are talking about, man. They go around us. We don't experience any of that stuff. They all go around us.
You had to learn how to tunnel in.
They smell the leather and they're like,
The tornadoes know better. They go around us.
You draft them. You draft those tornadoes. You get better gas mileage that way.
that.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm looking at my new holster here that Jeremiah made for my Glock 23, and it is a beautiful work of art. It has our talking lead colors. It's got skulls in the background, and then I don't know. Have we told people that we're Masons? But it's got the Masonic symbol on there too, so it's beautiful. I love that, man. Thanks. I'm going to be rocking that tomorrow.
It's pretty cool. I had to invent a name for it.
Take it to NRA.
The color is it's skullerized.
I told you
it's
Skulltech.
It's not Skulltech, man.
No, it's talking lead.
Let's rip off Cryptech more.
It's talking lead.
It's skullerized.
Take what works and use it.
Talking letterized.
Talking letterized?
Talking letterized. I like that, too.
So we'll talk a little bit more about what you do in your company and all that fun stuff here in a minute, but right now it's time for the Jackwagon Train.
Hoorah, Semper Fi, do or die, hold 'em high at 8th and I. It is time for the Talking Lead Jackwagon of the Week, so brace yourself, baby.
Sponsored by HG Press, Holder and Green Professional Real Estate. For all your Middle Tennessee real estate needs, get in touch with those guys at 1-800-615-1840.
So who is our Jackwagon this week?
I'm thinking that we need to have that kid that did the stabbings up in Pennsylvania, in Pittsburgh area.
I would agree with you.
I don't know his name. I think his last name's Hairball or something like that. But
Hairball?
I don't know. It's spelled Hribal. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Hairball.
Yeah.
Sounds like hairball to me, man.
Yeah,
Pennsylvania Dutch.
How many people died in that?
Well, nobody died yet.
4?
There was 4 stabbings.
No, there was
4
22.
What?
22 were injured.
Yeah, he
I
stabbed
remember
22 people.
Yeah, 22 people were injured. So far, I don't think anyone's died.
Still stands to reason if someone had a gun, they maybe could have stopped him.
Well, all I've got to say is we should ban knives.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yes.
You can ban evil too, right?
Yes. No, we need to ban
craziness.
schools. Ban schools.
Now that would actually
Ban
push
schools.
us in the
We'll
right
never
direction.
have another school
You could-
shooting
yeah.
or mass.
Why don't we just go back to homeschooling everyone?
Then you wouldn't. You'd have.
You wouldn't have a lot of these problems, huh?
Also, some of these the victims that have been doing selfies of themselves, they're macking.
What?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Wait a minute,
they're kids.
like
they're
mid
teenage
stabs?
kids, though.
IG
Mid
famous.
No.
Like IG
No,
famous.
like in the hospital.
Oh, okay, okay.
Hashtag don't stab me, bro.
So I mean, I don't know. They're teenage kids. What do you expect? But still, I mean, you don't want to. I don't know. Anyway, this dude's our jackwagon. I don't know his first name, but anyway, it's that 16-year-old dude, Hairball, in Murraysville, PA.
So welcome to the Jackwagon Train, Hairball. What was that?
It's a hairball.
Oh no.
That's what a cat does.
Nice. So Jeremiah, how you been?
Busy. Very, very busy. We don't get to sleep a whole lot.
We're going to ask you the same question we ask everybody.
All right.
And you listen to the show, right?
Yep.
Or at least you tell me you do.
I do listen.
Okay.
I listen
Just
while
making
I'm
sure.
working because that's like I'm always working. So
Well, let's see if you can just answer the first question without us asking.
come on, man, don't do it.
Channel in.
How did you originally get into firearms?
Through leatherworking, actually, I wasn't really into guns a whole lot until I started leatherworking. It started out as a hobby. I don't know how far you want to go into that, but
How long you been leatherworking?
about 2 years.
Okay, so fairly recently then.
Yeah. I didn't even own a gun before I made my first, until after I started making holsters. So I had to get a lot of input from people as to how they wanted them designed and fitment and how to carry, and I had to do a lot of research and learn a lot to
Obviously.
get to where we're doing.
So not having a gun or firearms background, what made you decide to make holsters?
Well, like I said, the leatherworking actually started as a hobby, and it's a rather expensive hobby. Materials and tools and all that stuff.
Leather ain't cheap.
It's pretty expensive. Just raw materials are expensive.
Unless you're on Dual Survivor.
Good thing you're a good artist.
Right. Well,
I was going to say, unless you're on Dual Survivor and you run across the dead carcasses on your...
I've actually had people want to send me raw hides. Like, I killed a deer. Can I send you this salted frozen hide? Please don't do that. Please. I mean, you can go to a tannery or, a taxidermist or something and have them preserve a hide. You kill an alligator, get it tanned. I'll take it. I'll make whatever you want.
So if we actually killed a big elk, our first elk, and we want to get a holster made, as long as we get all that stuff done
If you
first,
take the hide to a taxidermist and get it tanned properly, I can do something with it.
Oh wow, that's cool. of like Dax does with the shell casings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got a couple of guys. I got a guy who's a big game hunter sending me some like buffalo and elephant. I don't know. He's got all kind of wild stuff that he actually killed. So we'll see what that turns out to be. We're always putting out new cool stuff. So man, you got to stay tuned to us on Instagram.
Squirrel where?
Squirrel hide.
For an itty-bitty pistol.
Have you done anything in squirrel hide?
It would have to be for something really like one of those little North American Arms 22 revolvers,
or maybe a knife sheath.
Do a Derringer for.
Have you done a leather knife sheath yet?
I do make a couple of knife sheaths.
Yeah.
The only problem with that is, I get asked that a lot too. Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind making knife sheaths, but there's so many different variations. Like I have model guns for all of the guns that we make holsters for. I have a model that I can mold and design and use to in the place of the real gun. I don't have everyone's knife, so we do
There's
occasionally.
A lot of knives.
There's a lot of different variations. They're all different, and in order to make something custom and well fitting and made for that knife instead of something just cheap and generic,
right?
You'd have to send me your knife. I don't care how much it costs.
No guarantee you'll get it back.
No, I'll send them back.
Maybe. So, Matt, how'd you get into guns? Or are you even into guns, or are your guns your hands?
They are lethal weapons, but no, I started first went hunting when I was 6.
Really?
Yeah, my dad took me, and then we just kind of stayed on it, deer hunting and everything like that through, when I was 18. And then my favorite, I grew up shooting a lever action 30-30, little Winchester 30-30. That was my deer hunting rifle. And I grew up right in Smyrna, Georgia, and went to high school in Smyrna, Georgia. Went to college right north of Smyrna, Georgia. So when you're 21 and you're in Georgia, you do two things, which is
buy a Glock.
You buy a Glock and you buy a 6-pack of beer, and then you get wasted and shoot it in the sky. Because
we don't do
bullets
that.
go into outer space. But no, so I've been concealed carrying. I'm 30. Not going to say it. No, I'm 30, 35 now. 36. So I've been concealed carrying since I was 21, and
so Glock was your first gun?
Yep, Glock 23 was my first pistol. Still what I carry today.
Very cool.
And then I've got into courses and stuff. I guess about 5 years ago. Taking people's classes. Yeah.
Very cool.
Do you know that that guy that looks like Matt Damon? Aaron
Cowan?
Yeah, that guy.
Matt Damon.
I was there when he got named that, and he
hates
everybody was just staring, like laughing, and he was burning up. No, I mainly do a lot of work with Aaron Cowan from Sage Dynamics.
Nice.
Train accordingly. And then, I've actually got a bunch of bruises right now from the last Sims course that we did. Nice. I got to be the bad guy.
Did you do
for the
that
whole
with
class.
our buddy Craig?
Yeah. I can't remember. It was, I think...
From North Carolina?
Yeah, there were 3 guys from North Carolina. One of the guys was a little bit taller, and there was a guy with the blonde hair, then there was a shorter guy, and there was the guy, I can't think of his name. He ran out of ammo, and so I charged him with a knife to stab him. And it was funny because all of a sudden he got this look in his eyes, and I was like, man, I probably do not want to do this right now. So I kind of went, made like the crazy noise that crazy people make, snakes in my head, and I jabbed him once, and he just ultimate warriored me into the wall and went to start beating on me, and I didn't get that far, but he jumped up because there is contact in the class and threw me against the wall, and I ended up pretty bruised up. So yeah, Aaron.
So it wasn't from the simunition; it was from
getting
an MMA.
No, it was
MMA.
It was from the that's how people learn. When you
Sure.
you get people charged up in that situation, even if you call out of roll. People still get a little bit charged up, but
now the knife that you had wasn't a real knife, right?
No, it was just a rubber trainer.
Right.
Yeah, it was real.
They go hardcore.
Yeah. Well,
They're
supposed to strip you down before you go in there and take out.
No, you can't take knives in. There's a lot of stuff that it's a real controlled environment that
right.
Sage
very
puts
safe.
on,
environment.
But no, it was not a knife, or it wasn't a real knife.
Trainer.
It was just a little rubber trainer.
Right.
But he was, the funny thing about those courses is that you really can't tell the first few times that you go through. Your body can't tell what's real and what's fake. It really does not know, and so you get incredible reactions out of people.
Yeah,
Let me just say I'm extremely jealous of your radio voice. So
Really?
try to start sounding more smooth.
Well, you do that.
Ladies.
You do that. You start off like,
I'm going to put you in a
and
leather outfit.
then you get your normal voice back.
Can I start talking like this?
Your normal voice, yeah.
Now I'm really going to think about my radio voice and really try to put it
I
on.
was cracking up that interview that
Hits 97.5.
that Joe did with us, Joe Arangio, that
Yeah.
we did for the
Oh,
Men's
dude,
Fitness.
now that's somebody I'm jealous of his voice.
Yeah, he's got a
Holy
good voice.
cow, dude.
But Zeke was getting all Mac, getting down with the Barry White kind of voice. And
Well,
doing
you
his-
know.
I was just laughing my ass
It's all
off.
the cigarettes that I smoke. What most people can't see is that I'm actually have emphysema. I'm in a wheelchair and I've got an oxygen bag right next to me. Just
So, do either one of y'all have law enforcement or military experience?
Wait a minute. What was your first gun, Jeremiah?
Oh,
A Remington 1911 R1 Enhanced.
Nice up here. Boom.
nice.
With threaded barrel?
No, I didn't get the threaded
Didn't go with
barrel.
threaded barrel?
No.
Those are nice guns. I've got
It's nice.
I won the R1 at the NRA last year, and then I liked it so much I got the enhanced version.
It's
With the
a
threaded barrel.
smooth gun. I really enjoy shooting it.
Is it a smooth operator? I wish I had that song. I'd plug it in right there. I don't have it, though. And I'm not going to buy it because I'll probably never listen to it again.
Smooth operator.
Okay, that'll work, too. So, anybody got law enforcement, military?
LA to Chicago.
I do not. I do not.
I'm a reserve officer out in New Mexico.
Wait.
What?
Out of where?
New Mexico,
And you live where?
Georgia.
How's that work?
So what happens if it hits the fan in New Mexico?
It's a long story. I ride a tornado.
You bring the delinquents that are from New Mexico in Atlanta back to New Mexico, right?
There's a tunnel. That
It's a long
throw 'em in,
tunnel.
So you're
throw 'em
watching
in.
that tunnel. That's what you've been
Yeah.
assigned to.
Yep.
You just sit over your house is right over that tunnel.
Yep. Just wheel them on up, like the opposite of the Underground Railroad.
That's hilarious. All right, so when it comes to pop culture, whether it's books, movies, songs, magazines, whatever, what's your go-to firearm related? Jeremiah, go.
I enjoy American Handgunner. It's probably my favorite magazine. We don't really watch a lot of TV or a lot of movies anymore.
Why is that?
Because I know a lot of the guys that are on the reality TV shows, and it's just not fun. It's all I mean, it's a TV show, man. They're making it up as they go.
Because you know the real people, and
It's a little tough to watch because you kind of know what's really going on, and
Especially when
You can't-
some of those storylines actually happened like 8 years ago and they're redoing it now.
you can't really get into it. But
All right, so what's your favorite edition of? Was it you say Guns and Ammo?
American Handgun.
American
Handgunner
Handgunner magazine
or
is
American
one of my
Handgun?
favorite magazines. I like hand.
Have you been published in any of the magazines?
I was in. We had a review article in Guns magazine, and we were involved in a giveaway in American Handgunner. It's been a while now. I think November of last year, where we did a custom holster with Korban and Glock logos on it that they were giving away with a custom Korban Glock 17.
Sweet. And
action.
Oh, I didn't know you were going to ask me what's my go-to
what's
for
your go-to
Pop
culture,
Movies,
gun-related,
TV,
movies, TV,
video games, books.
Yeah, video games.
Video games have been stuck on Skyrim for a while.
Skyrim.
Yep.
Is there guns in that?
There's
No.
swords.
Yeah, there's a lot of swords.
Wizardry.
You can
shoot
Lightning bolt,
fire out of their
lightning
hands.
bolt.
Really?
You can relocate your Viking heritage in that.
There's
in
bows.
that game, everybody.
Bows and arrows.
Does the Cheaper Than Dirt catalog count?
That absolutely
for this?
counts.
Because
Yeah.
that's my bathroom reading just constantly.
The Talking Lead YouTube channel counts.
No, that's real. The
So you get a Cheaper
NTOA
Than
has
Dirt
a
magazine?
Tactical Edge magazine that I read a lot. That's about it. Say what?
They have a Cheaper Than Dirt magazine?
It's just a catalog that comes. I don't know how I signed up for it, but it just comes in the mail and I read
So
it
you still
a pretty good bit.
take print media to the shitter with you. It's so your iPhone and just pulling
Yeah.
it up on your iPhone and reading.
The iPhone's for just news and so forth, but when I sit down,
You can
I like
multitask
to-
with your phone, you know. And with a magazine, you got to use both hands.
No,
I've
I
caught
mean,
myself looking at magazines and loading articles and email on the phone at the same time.
See what I mean?
Nope.
See what I mean?
I'm pretty regular. I don't. I mean, I'm telling you, you can ask
I'm
most
pretty
people that have
regular, too,
ever
usually like 4
gone
times a day.
anywhere with me to a bar or something. You can ask Aaron Cowan. Like, I'm in and out of.
asking
I'm in
Aaron
and
how
out of the
regular you
bathroom.
are.
I mean, I'm in and out. I'm literally.
Yeah.
It's 20 seconds, man. I mean, I'm in there on a mission. It's to pee, wash my hands, and get out.
It's like explosive.
I don't know. That's what she said.
I wish I could get my pee done that quick. I mean, I'm like,
dude,
5 minutes.
That's why I don't
since you're
go
bringing it up, I've never brought that up on the show. Oh my God! Pray to God if you're ever on a road trip with this man and you stop to use the pisser, that there's more than one urinal, because you will wait as long as somebody taking a dump for him to pee.
But
You should probably get that checked
on the
out.
good note of that
the
is I don't have to
same
stop every 10 minutes either. You know,
His bladder is like
I've got
the
a
size of a
camelback.
basketball.
Yeah, it's the size of a camelback.
I always lose the contest first. I'm first to go. But
Yeah, but once
and
you
I'll
break
go-
that seal, it's over. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but I mean it's in and out quick. I don't have time to read. I got time to do that and get out.
And when I'm at home, you know, I'm at my own castle. I'll take time
Relax.
to read an article or two here and there.
That's cheaper than dirt. I just
Yeah.
read it and order stuff I don't need.
I usually get online and look at Bowtach and go to Cheaper Than Dirt and all the tactical websites. And
All right,
see
so
what's on
enough
sale.
about the toilet.
How did we land there, man?
A tornado flew us there.
Tornado.
We rode the tornado there. Have you ever had a gun, or is there currently a gun in your arsenal that there's a little bitty part of you that's kind of embarrassed to say, yeah, I had that?
I have a really old Stevens pump action shotgun. I'm not really ashamed of it, but
That's
it's
cool.
probably one of the older ones. Oh, I got a better one.
Okay.
We actually purchased I have no idea what year it is, but it looks like it was buried. It's a 12 gauge single shot.
Got a little patina to it, does it?
Oh, does it? There's a chunk missing out of the stock, but you know what? It'll fire a 12 gauge shot shell out of it too.
Really?
Oh
Now,
yeah.
do you have
Oh,
plans
yeah.
for that? Are you going to restore it or something?
When I got it, I mean, we paid $15 for it at an
nice.
auction at a gun show. So I was like, hey, why not, right? And we got it home. I'm like, I'm going to clean this up and fix it up. And it went in the safe, and it's.
Stayed since.
I don't have time for that.
Rusting up all your other guns.
No, I oiled it real heavy, and I got some desiccant in there and stuff, so everything's safe.
Cool.
But yeah, someday maybe. But
Smart.
I don't pull that one out to show my buddies when they come over. You know, that one stays in the box, way in the back.
That'd be a good one, so they give you some ideas what you could do to it. Or not.
Or not.
Next.
Matt, what about you? Insert crickets here.
Trying to. I don't have a lot of guns. I've got a 410, a little bolt action 410 that my dad gave me, and the only reason that I'm embarrassed by it is because he gave it to me, and then I didn't take care of the damn thing, so it was rusted up. So one day he and I were going shooting. He said, "Hey, bring that 410." I was like,
You're
"Oh
ashamed to
man,
bring it."
Dad, now you're going to be disappointed in me again." So I showed up with it. And,
Again.
took it. He just kind of looked at it.
Yet
and
another disappointment in the long line of.
now it just sits.
Let
It sits
down.
in the back of the gun case with my shame attached to it. It doesn't really come out. Doesn't come out that much.
On the opposite spectrum of that, what is your next gotta have bucket list gun, Jeremiah?
Bucket list gun, something that's not necessarily that easily attainable for me personally at this point. I
Could
want a
be
Desert
anything.
Eagle.
Yeah.
I want
I know where you can get one, a gold one.
I know,
I'm sure. That's why it's on the
24
bucket.
karat.
Yeah, that's why it's on the bucket list. Someday maybe.
I bet you probably work out some kind of trade with.
Possibly.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
About 500 holsters.
How many holsters would it take to trade up for a
year's
24
worth of
karat?
gold.
I don't know.
gold
According to
50?
the price of the one you're donating, it wouldn't take too many.
What about you, Matt?
Glock 19.
Any gun in the world.
Pretty practical dude, man. I got an
Glock
awesome
19.
AR, awesome AK. Got my Glock, my 1911. Got my bow.
We want
I've been
a
wanting a
G-
Glock 19, and I had to spend all this money for car
Wait,
repair.
G minigun.
All this Smyrna, Georgia talk, and you don't have a Glock 19.
No, I've always rolled the 23, but I'm tired of the
Wow.
recoil on it. I just
Yeah.
can't
The
get it running like I want to.
snappiness.
Yeah, it's a little too snappy.
I got
It's
a
like my
question
ex.
for you. What is this all about?
Of course, it's wild chicks, it's wild parties, you know what I mean? It's by your choice if you want to mess with them.
I've never seen so many women in my life. I'm gonna go into a seizure sometimes with some of the ladies.
So you're going to go into a seizure with some of these ladies? What is all that?
It's from the Promec archives right there. I used to be
be a rapper?
Ludacris's. No, it's never a rapper.
I knew it. You used to be Ludacris. We were talking about the preacher thing.
I do have a good. Yeah. I do have a funny story. I don't want to kill all the time, but no, I used to travel with Ludacris and on tour and do security, and then also or executive protection, close protection, and then also do his training. So he was a prom ec student for a little while, and he loved it, but BET would come around and they'd be like, "Hey Matt, why don't you go over there?
You get out of here. You're white."
But yeah. So anyway, MTV came in and I ended up doing it's kind of funny. They came over and they were like, "Hey, come here real quick." And I said, "Yeah." I said, "We need you to go in here and sit down and we're gonna ask you some questions." I was like, "Why?" And they're like, "Because you're the only person that we can understand in your entire group. We don't know what anybody's saying other than you and Ludacris." Because everybody else was, they just had a lot of slang. So that was when 2 Chainz was Titty Boy, and yeah, he was awesome.
Can you say that on here?
I don't know who 2 Chainz
is. It's a name. It's a name.
I think we can say that.
T.I. It's T.I.
But it's
the artist
TT.
formerly the artist currently known as
Ty-Ty.
2 Chainz.
Used to be.
It used to be T.I. Boy.
TT Boy.
So yeah, he got shot when I first met him. He was
got
like,
shot.
You
didn't do your job.
He was like, "Hey, coach, come here."
Coach.
Yeah, I was like, "Why are you calling me coach?" And he was like, "You white and you doing fitness with us." And I was like, "All right, what's up?" And so he's kind of limping around a little bit, and I was like, "What's going on with the foot?"
White
and he's
shadow.
like, "That's what I want to talk to you about, man. I got shot in the foot during a drug deal." And well, I'm sure it was a drug deal. It's beyond 7 years. And I was like, "Really?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Then why are you still limping?" He goes, "Man, bullet's still in there." I was like, "They're not going to break your foot?" And he went, "Hell no, I ain't break my foot. I'm limp the rest of my life, look like a pimp." And so he walks around with a limp all the time because he has a 22 sitting in his foot. So whenever you see 2 Chainz and he's
that's
limping,
his story.
His left foot has a bullet in it.
When really it's just one leg shorter than the other. He just didn't want to admit it.
Yeah. So I was on MTV. My parents were not exceedingly proud of that.
Was that your previous not proud of you moment?
That's just
that and the 14.
That's stacked up just a mile high. But yeah, that was. We had everybody that I knew was filming it and taping it, and then my mom had a stack of 30 or 40 VHS tapes of people that filmed the show, and there's one left, and it's half chewed by my dogs, but I gave it to a buddy of mine, and he converted it over and posted it up on the Prom Ec YouTube, and he was like, "Oh, look at this," and people were like, "Oh my God, what is wrong with you, Matt?" It's just
Throwback
what
Tuesday.
I used to do, man.
Or Thursday. Throwback Thursday.
It is Throwback Thursday.
Yeah.
Hashtag TBT.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow.
That's a great story.
That is a great story.
It's pretty good.
Jeremiah, how did you...
You know Ludacris.
How am I going to follow up after that, man?
I don't know. Let's just wrap the show. We're done.
Terrible.
Thanks to our sponsors. See you tomorrow.
So you kind of told us it started as a hobby, right?
Yep.
Making the holsters.
Yeah.
Did it start with holsters, or did you start with some other leather work?
It started with a cheap Hobby Lobby leatherworking kit that I got as a birthday present. My wife got me, and I started making little small things, little pocket wallets and stuff, and they were terrible. They were terrible. So, but looking back, they were very.
So I was thinking
amateur.
maybe you were in the Boy Scouts and you did leatherworking in the Boy Scouts.
You didn't do leatherworking in the Boy
quite
Scouts.
literally.
Did you?
Hell yeah.
We didn't get to do that.
Quite literally about.
Did
Did you get the patch, man? Did you get the little patch?
I don't know.
I
did. I wouldn't.
I think that's where the tactical patch thing stems from. The Boy Scout patches
could be.
I was in it for the
chicks.
The chicks.
Anyway, so
the adventure. It was an adventure.
I was making these little pocket wallets and stuff because it was.
Because my dad made me. He was a scoutmaster.
He'll let you talk in a minute. I promise.
All right, go.
Welcome to the Left Hand Leather Show.
It's Throwback Thursday.
And he always jumps me for interrupting him.
It's great. But yeah, I was making little wallets and real small stuff. Couldn't afford a whole lot because, like I said, materials are expensive. And I really enjoyed it. I really got a kick out of it. I just kind of have a knack for it. I kept every spare dime we had, man, which wasn't much back in the day. We barely make ends meet. And then any extra money, I was buying more leather or little tools and other things needed to kind of get better at it. It progressed to the point where my wife said, "Look, if you're going to keep doing this, you're going to have to start selling this." I was giving it all away, man. I just enjoyed doing it. I was giving stuff away, and she said, "Look, you're going to have to start selling stuff so that you can make it pay for itself, because we can't afford for you to keep spending all this money." I mean, it just gets worse and worse. It gets worse and worse, right? Like any other hobby.
Oh, sure.
It starts small, and then it just, next thing you know, you're spending $10,000 on all this crazy.
You're starting a podcast, then
you're justifying. You're finding ways to justify it.
Right. So I started making little wallets, and we made a bunch of stuff. Tried to do some craft shows, and it was an utter failure. I didn't sell a thing. We didn't even cover our costs to do the craft show, our first show we did. And it was a little discouraging, but I didn't give up. And then that's when Facebook happened, man. I went on some Facebook groups and like the little, not gun stuff. It wasn't even gun related. It was just the regular, garage sale type groups and stuff on Facebook. And a guy said, "Hey, do you think you could make a holster?" And he was local. And I said, "I don't know, man, but I'll sure give it a shot." And he came over and told me how he wanted it, where he wanted it, what he wanted it to look like and all. And it was pretty crude. Compared
what was
to
it for?
It was a Ruger P89.
Wow.
It was
what a way to
hard
start.
one. It was a hard one. It's certainly that's a dinosaur of a gun. I'm sure they're great, but it's a big, heavy gun, But it was that was the first holster I made, and he told all of his friends. And turns out he was like admin for a firearm trading group on Facebook, and he told all his friends, and he posted pictures, and it just kind of took off from there. A year ago this month, I was actually able to quit my full-time job and do this full-time. I don't know if a lot of people know that, but
congratulations.
So
you're living a dream.
Yeah. And we just recently acquired a new facility, a brand new building.
That's what you were telling us.
13,000 square foot. It's going to be ridiculous huge.
Now, there's something unique about this building you want to...
It's yes. It's a deal you can't pass up, but it was actually an abandoned insane asylum.
And the sales start plummeting.
It's just a building, man. It's
I want no haunted holster.
It's a little creepy. I'm sure people have died in it, but it's just a building.
Oh, dude, you got to do a haunted holster.
A haunted holster.
Ghost maker.
Just do a holster
for the ghost gun.
One of your We the People holsters, but like halfway through just crazy squiggly lines, like you lost it in the middle of making the holster.
Like nuts.
So this is for the ghost gun.
But we're reclaiming it, man. We're gonna bring it back to life and try to put some have something happen in the little town we live in. There's not a whole lot going on there, and we kind of hope to change that. And we just keep on working and keep pushing, and
that's awesome.
It just keeps growing. We got a lot of stuff out there and a lot of stuff in the works. A lot of big stuff going on. If you guys stay tuned to our Instagram, you'll see them. Lots of new stuff.
Were you an artist before? Like, did you doodle? Did you draw stuff like that? Or
never.
It just came out with a holster.
I'm a complete computer nerd. I got a degree in computer networking. I had no artistic drive to do anything artistic before this.
Really?
Wow. Absolutely.
So you didn't know you had this talent?
Did not. I didn't draw. I didn't do graphic art on computers. Anything. Yeah.
How long? When you first started making holsters, how long did it take you versus today? Just a basic holster?
All day for one.
All day for one.
Oh, yeah. It was, and that's the thing. A lot of people ask if I can make all these other different crazy things. And once you find a niche that you're going to use, like that you're good at, you tend to gear up towards that. So all of the equipment and tools and processes that I do now are geared toward holsters. So I can make a holster pretty quick, but if you ask me to make something different, it takes longer to do that because it's a complete different process.
You're geared up for the holsters, not the other stuff.
Right.
Yet.
Yeah. We do plan on doing some other stuff. We have plans to. We want to have a pretty wide array of products that are handmade in the U.S. with all American materials and high quality leather products, including like some concealed carry purses for the ladies. We don't reach out to them a lot. I'd like to have more stuff that because I don't want anybody to be jealous. Husband gets a nice holster, and you deserve a purse too, or something cool.
Absolutely, and I think that's
or
probably one
some
of the
husbands may want a purse too. I mean, the whole man purse.
As far as the market goes, I think it's a very
they're not going to be tactical
not
purses. They're going to be
underserved. Underserved portion of the market.
Sure,
I think that'd be a good niche for the.
And purses. I do make really comfortable in the waistband and open carry holsters for whatever people want. I mean, I've made. A couple of your guests on the shows, Kat from Adam's Arm.
Yeah.
I made her a little in the waistband for Smith & Wesson Bodyguard. And she likes it. It's comfortable. It doesn't print. It's not bulky. It's not heavy. It was covered in blue python too. It was pretty cool.
There's 2 holsters I've had that I forget they're there because they're so comfortable. One of them is the one that Ronin Holsters made us, our buddy Scott. Mm-hmm. Then the other one is the Ron Burgundy one. Like right now, if I think about it, I forget it's there, but it's right there on my hip right now.
No, it's awesome.
The thing is comfortable.
I'm wearing mine tomorrow.
Well, good leather, it's a little stiff at first, but you wear it,
after you break it in,
to you, and you.
That's what she said.
That's what leather does.
It's like a baseball glove, man. You get a brand new baseball glove. You got
a break-in period.
You got to break it in, yeah.
So let's do our facts to fight the myths.
Well, I have more questions for him.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Come on, man.
You've made holsters for some big-name people in the industry.
Absolutely. Our first major break was some of the Duck Commander guys. There's about 6 of them that are carrying
What's that?
holsters.
Uncle Si got one?
Yeah, Uncle Si did. Uncle Si got a cross draw for a Heritage 22, man. The cheapest 22. Single action 22 you can buy. But yeah, we actually got to go up there and hang out with those guys and meet them. They're great people. We actually went to church with them and stuff.
Cool.
But about 6 of those guys, we got to go in the duck hall room. It's really cool. They're
just
the most
like it is on TV.
It's tiny.
Well, it is actually. It is. There's just like you see. There's not very many people in there, and they really are making all those duck calls.
So
they really are.
3 people making.
When we went, there was 3 people on the left making it where you never see. Yeah. And then Godwin was in his seat that he's always on.
Slave driver was over there.
Yeah.
Get to work.
Yeah, but so that was our first one. My buddy Vince Buckles. Everybody, if you watch the show, he's really a nice guy. He's not a bad guy.
Now tell everybody what Vince you're talking about.
Vince Buckles from Sons of Guns.
There you go.
He's a nice guy. Not a bad dude. The show kind of makes him look like a bad guy, but he's not at all.
He gets into that reality stuff.
Yeah, it's a show, earlier. Man. It's a TV show, right? Yeah. But
it's staged.
Yeah, him and my buddy Glenn Fleming. Flem was on Sons of Guns. He's got his own shop. Let me plug their shops. Mesa Kinetic Research and Khyber Pass Tactical. That's Vince's place in Gonzales, Louisiana. Glenn has Acadiana Gunworks in Lafayette, Louisiana, and he has a great YouTube channel called The Gunner's Vault. He's going to be doing some stuff up at Knob Creek this weekend too. I'm sure they're going to have some videos on that. It ought to be pretty fun. You ought to catch that stuff.
Cool. So you're headed up to Knob Creek this week.
Yes, I'm really excited. I've never fired a machine gun before, so this ought to be lots of fun.
There'll be plenty of opportunities for it. I was going to say our buddies from National Armory, Sean and Andrew, are going up there to do that competition again.
Yeah, they're going to do a submachine
SMG
gun. Competition.
Submachine gun.
Outside of, I'm going to ask you about it. Huh?
I got a couple more famous people.
Oh, okay. Go.
Keep name dropping. Go ahead, buddy.
All right. Jesse James Firearms has a holster from me.
We're trying to get him on the show.
Well, that'd be cool.
Trying.
If you got any
really
pull,
cool.
that would be great.
Probably not, man.
You can't say I'm going to repo your holster if you don't go on Talking Lead.
No, it's a gift, right? KC Eusebio. Everybody knows KC?
Yes.
KC Eusebio.
Yeah, you do. We've met him twice.
Come on, guy.
Okay. Who is it?
He is the team captain. Glock team captain.
The speed shooting
four-time world champion.
We hadn't really met him.
We met him at SHOT Show, and we met him at NRA.
I don't want to miss anybody. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I got a lot of people know the Garage Inc. Austin Weiss.
Yes, new NRA commentator.
He has a couple of holsters from me. I got a bunch of secret ones out there, so I gotta make sure that I'm not spoiling anybody's surprise. So if you're a celebrity, be looking in your mailbox, man. You never know, right?
You ever make one for like famous podcasters or anything?
Yeah. You guys.
Do those exist?
You guys are the most famous podcasters I know.
We're the only ones you know.
You're the only podcasters I know.
What about any military? You know any military guys?
Oh man, I make a lot of military stuff. I've done stuff for war veterans, and I've done guys will send me a picture of their unit logo patches and challenge coins and all that kind of stuff, and I've carved all that stuff in holsters. I've done seriously, there's thousands of pictures on the website of all the custom stuff, and it just.
What's that website?
My website is www.savoyleather.com.
Spelled
Savoy. It's spelled like Savoy, but I'm Cajun, so it's Savoy. You guys should know that by now. You talk about me a lot.
Everyone we know
Oklahoman
says,
Cajun.
I was saying it wrong.
It's common,
That's why we came up with the hashtag.
I get that a lot. Yeah,
Yep.
the Savoy.
Savoy.
And then that spawned into the hot sauce that everybody loves so much.
Which I'm out of.
Oh, yeah. Did you bring any of that?
I did not.
Leave.
Really?
Go back and get some.
It's for sale.
You can buy it on my website.
SavoyLeatherOnlinestore.com.
When my last drop came out of the bottle, I almost cried. That stuff is really good.
What's it called?
Savoy sauce.
It's a hot sauce,
Nice.
man.
It is
Very nice,
dude. We're not just saying that because, like I'll say on the Select Fire show, Jeremiah, you don't sponsor us, right? In any way, shape, or form.
I do not.
Dude, that sauce is the bomb. If you can still say the bomb without sounding old.
You're too late. You said it.
Crap.
What
But
would you make leather-wise if you didn't make holsters? Like, let's say tomorrow, all of a sudden said, I hate holsters, which would never happen. But what would you make if you could make anything?
Obama got his way and he took all our guns.
What would you make out of Randy Macho Man Savage? Because that guy looks like he's made of leather. Am I lying? He's leathery. What would you make out of the Macho Man?
He's still alive?
I think he died in that car accident.
Recently.
God bless.
Yeah, he did. That's a tough question, man, because I really enjoy doing this, and I really don't care to deviate from it a whole lot. I don't do any upholstery kind of stuff.
So you wouldn't get into making shoes?
It's a hypothetical.
No. Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to think of something I would do. I used to enjoy doing. I would probably move into like the motorcycle seats and stuff like that because there's a lot of concept for art there. That people need.
They put a lot of artwork on their vest too, man.
They sew those patches on, man. That's not tooled art. But
they've got the big eagles on the back and everything.
They sew those on. That's a patch.
No, you could start a new trend, dude.
No. Well,
Chaps.
I'm just saying. Think outside the box.
Hey, look, man. If
the holster business is dried up, you got to think outside the box.
If I had $1 for every person that asked me if I would make them some chaps, man, I'm not doing it.
Where are you going?
I'm not making chaps. So sorry, guys.
That's a legitimate request.
I prefer not to.
What's the craziest carry gun that you've made a holster for?
Can it be one that I'm planning on making?
Yeah.
If you want to spill the beans.
As long as it's not secretive.
Rob Pincus wants an in the waistband for an AR pistol, man.
Yes! You know where that came from, right?
I'm pretty sure it was one of you
The
guys.
Select Fire show we did with him.
I told him he needed to do a straddle holster.
Right in the middle.
Yep. We're calling it a straddle.
Yeah.
Straddle holster.
Put it right in the middle right there. That ought to be fun. It's
like
terribly not
latches
practical.
on the belt and then it just swings in between.
Right, yeah, that'd be great. I can work that out, man.
I wish everybody had a visual of what Left Hand just did.
It's amazing.
It's kind of like the Triple H.
Yeah.
Except more of a swinging action.
Yeah.
Like that.
Like a
That
pendulum.
terrible Christmas commercial with the bells and the Joe Boxer commercial.
Yes. It's very similar.
There you go. There's
Less
your visual.
musical, though.
There's your visual.
Now, you made a crazy holster for a Tommy gun once, right?
I made a scabbard to go on the front of a motorcycle for a Thompson submachine gun. It was like the old World War II WLA motorcycles that used to carry. That's what they carried, Tommy guns.
Mm-hmm.
I made from I had to make a pattern and all. I didn't copy anything. I took a side of leather and cut this thing out and
Wow.
made it. And I did a really big Marine Corps EGA and like the guy's unit crest and some cannons crossed in the background and like his his stripes and rank and stuff on it. And he's actually I think he's in Kansas. And he was traveling around with the
Riding
veterans.
tornadoes. Just thought I'd go with the theme.
Just dropped in.
Why do you guys so obsessed with the tornadoes? We have a
It
bunker.
started, we
We're good.
usually like latch onto something and then we just ride with it.
I see that.
Because they're horrifying. I mean, I ain't living out there.
I have yet to
I just
experience
rebuilt
one.
my house
remember?
from one, man.
It's so hard to find my voice correct.
I'm
When I said I ain't living out
I'm
there.
from South Louisiana, man. Hurricanes. We knew they were coming. have yet to experience a tornado, and
because you don't know they're coming.
Right, you just kind of show up.
Yeah, it's like a turning.
But it's cool because we got a bunker in the ground in the back, man. It's like I saw the thing and I was like, "Oh, sweet, a bunker." I didn't realize what it was for at first. I was like, "Oh man, I'm gonna stash like ammo and stuff in here."
Unless you get a flood, then that ammo is ruined.
Yeah, well, there's a pump that pumps the water out.
Oh, okay.
That's something I
still.
want.
Bunker.
Yeah.
I made holsters for Brandon Bond.
Yeah, that's another sponsor of ours.
Another famous guy. He's a big deal. I was thrilled. I'm just saying.
What'd you put on his?
Oh, he wanted something America. He didn't want any kind of
He didn't put the finger on
crazy
it or
art
anything?
stuff. No, I don't do that. Another thing, guys, please don't request
profanity,
anything with the F word on it. I prefer not to. Those the Pulp Fiction wallet that. I don't. I'm not. I'm sorry. Please don't.
That's your prerogative, man.
I'll give you your money back. I don't. I'm not doing it.
But you'll do stay classy.
Stay classy. Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
You will do stay classy.
We try to keep it clean and keep it cool. We do a lot of custom art. I'm always trying to push the envelope with detail and stuff. I mean, leather is it's not a painting, and this stuff's all carved into the leather. It's all very painstakingly carved into it. And there is a certain level of detail that can be attained, and I can't do
It seems
a
like
dragon.
it's pretty
I can't,
limitless.
I can't put a full size dragon where you can see the scales and the detail in the scales.
You
all
did
the
a
way
good
down
job
to,
on the Ron Burgundy, though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah,
that was
but
really good detail on that.
on a Sig 238, the little bitty thing, because the holster is going to be scaled to the size of the gun,
Right.
So. If you want something gnarly, let's get it for a full size, guys. Don't not
Like
a Smith
the-
& Wesson bodyguard, and we're going to put like the entire Constitution and script on it. Let's not do that. It's too small.
Get it for the 500.
Are you carving it with like a knife or a laser tool or
His
a
teeth.
brand?
There
or
is
your
teeth.
no
Fingernails.
fingernails?
There's actually a lot of different tools, and it's actually the outline is carved with a special knife called a swivel knife, and then everything else is basically beaten into the leather with these little tools that have different shaped heads on them. And you ever seen old school tattooing where you're like
Yes.
tapping on the needle and stuff? Did I say something funny?
No. Keep going.
They're cracking up. I have no idea what I said. That was so funny.
No, you were just talking about how you beat it into the leather with the little head. So, no, keep going. Yeah.
With chops.
No, but if you the leather.
We're juvenile. Okay?
The leatherworking tools, the tools have different shaped ends on them, and you have to. There's no other way to say it, man.
It's like the old tribal
You got to
tattoo
pound.
stuff.
You got to pound it into the
With the little head.
with a hammer. With a hammer, you got to hammer it in, man. You guys
Hey,
are like.
Do you ever
teenagers.
use the
I don't know
jackhammer
what
motion?
No.
What?
Press on.
Wow.
Do you ever use a stranger?
We have totally crashed this one into the side of the mountain. What was the last thing you were talking about? Pounding it?
Yeah.
Fried my brain.
Jackhammer.
I threw you off track. Huh?
So
Yeah.
it's
So
very
it's-
precise and
It's very tedious.
painstaking
Some of
procedure.
the like if you see the Marine Corps Eagle Globe and Anchor, that there's actually a standard model now.
We've seen one.
There's quite a military discount permanently affixed to that holster. I would assume that anybody's getting it is a Marine, but there's the price is actually pretty low for the amount of work that's in that. That's got about like 4 hours of carving time on it. So it takes 4 hours just to carve the artwork in that, and then
So you just don't have like a big
negative
shelf full of the Marine holsters.
No.
the
Every
Army
single
holsters,
one
the
is every single
Ron
one of
Burgundy
them-
holsters.
Every single holster is made to order.
which is going to lead into Facts to Fight the Myth. And this week's Facts to Fight the Myth is brought to you by Cantu Bruner Designs, CantuBrunerDesigns.com. So what is that myth?
The myth is that as soon as you placed your order, I am now working on your holster. Guys, it's not that it takes a long time to make them. It takes a long time to get to it, and we are making them as fast as humanly possible, while still ensuring the quality that you deserve and you get your money's worth for it. We try to keep a really high standard. Any mistakes that are made, we rectify very quickly. But the lead time is 8 to 12 weeks, and it is that because we're going to take whatever time is necessary to make the holster everything that you expect it to be and more. And it's just when you times that times hundreds and hundreds, we can only make so many in a week.
And what's the old commercial? Is it a Heinz ketchup commercial? Best things come to those who wait.
Heinz is. So what's that?
I didn't know there was a song.
Yeah, Heinz takes the patience or something. I don't know.
Really?
Wow,
you can make it up.
What year was that?
Wait,
just roll with that one.
Google it.
What year was that?
Oh no,
Heinz theme song. Y'all don't know that?
I know the
Hey,
best things comes from those who wait, but
I think that's Shakespeare.
to those who wait. Shakespeare?
Yeah.
I have yet to have someone say, "Wow, it wasn't worth the wait."
No, there's no way.
No, everybody that I know it's tough. I know it's tough. I know it sucks having to wait. But promise it'll be worth it. And if you don't feel like it is, you tell me and I'll make it worth it. We'll if we make a mistake or something, we'll fix it.
Let me see. I don't know if this is it or not. It says Heinz song.
My baloney has a first name.
That's Oscar Mayer.
OSCAR.
That's not what you're looking at.
Here, let me pull up on this because I got it plugged in the mixer. What's it called?
Let me see if this is it. This is a bunch of drunk people on a bus.
Oh, I hate that.
Called an amber lamps.
Amber Lamps.
Are you going to sing or not? Okay, I guess they're not.
Once there was a little tomato named
Dylan, bang!
Doesn't work, dude.
Heinz ketchup!
You son of a bitch.
What is this? It went from a Heinz. Yeah, that's not it.
You just got you got ketchup rolled. You got ketchup rolled.
All right, so we're not going to find the Heinz ketchup theme song.
Yeah, I got it right here.
Restroom back.
Oh, you do?
The train has derailed, fellas.
Oh, yes.
Wow, guys.
YouTube.
So I think we found it after I got ketchup rolled by Arnold.
Son of a cut that in to when you were talking
I think you
about.
have time for a bite. Your ketchup is thick and rich.
Does it feel nice?
No. Why?
Just taste it.
I don't remember this commercial.
I feel like I'm high. I don't know why we're talking about this. I don't know why we're playing it, but man, I'm hungry.
No, but the anticipation, that's what it's called. By Carly Simon.
You need to adopt that as your theme song. We'll make a YouTube video with that in the background of you making your holsters.
That'd be great.
We still do not have a answer for the football question. What is the mascot of Mitch Mustain's Arena League football team in San Antonio? And what are the team colors? No. What is his number? And what are the team colors?
Let me tell you why that's difficult. I went and looked, and if you look at his Instagram, you have no idea he's a football player. Like he posts nothing.
On his Instagram?
You got to go to the San Antonio Talons team website.
Oh well.
You mean there's something other than Instagram
Right.
on the internet?
Really?
On my phone?
Face page.
Seriously?
Face page.
Face page.
My book.
Right. I have Facebook, but I basically share everything from Instagram to Facebook.
Got one of my postings kicked off a face page today.
No. Our first
Goob Wagons.
Our first Facebook spanking.
Oh well. I'll repost it. So the what Talons?
San Antonio Talons.
So the San Antonio Talons
Arena League football team.
What is the team colors and the mascot?
Yep. The Talons one, he's putting together a nice little package. I think he's going to try to get some,
like a jersey or something, and maybe
hats,
a football.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff. So
yeah, it's going to be sweet.
Make sure you go look that up and send us an answer, talkingled@gmail.com, or on our Facebook.
And comment on our Facebook posts, too. We're not getting a lot of comments on our Facebook posts. So give us some feedback, guys. Let us know.
Comment on our iTunes.
We appreciate you clicking the like, but also comment.
Look, hey guys, there's something fishy going on Facebook, man. I've noticed a serious drop in traffic. I think maybe Facebook has changed something.
Facebook is jacking with the pro Second Amendment
well,
people.
and it's possible. That's why it's important for all of you guys that are following, even all of us, not Talking Lead, Savile Leather, anybody. If you're following
that guy in the corner,
I saw the look.
That's me in the corner.
Any of the guys,
if you see a picture or something, just put a little comment, cool, or like it, share it. The likes only go so far, and if you're not commenting and interacting with some of this stuff, ask a silly question. Start a conversation on some of these posts, especially if you like seeing them. Because if you don't ever comment, you will eventually stop seeing them.
Yep. He just said everything that I was going to say. Good for you. Thank you.
Awesome. I love it when people make our job easy.
Sab awesome.
That's right.
It is Sab awesome.
Yes.
Hey, don't forget about the EDC check.
All right, you called us out. You got to go first.
All right, I got some great stuff in my pockets. Key bar, guys. I got a key bar from on Instagram. Key bar. It's a neat little thing. It's like you put your keys in it, and it carries like a pocket knife. So there's no keys jangling.
It looks like
around.
A multi-tool.
It is. It's like a Swiss Army knife, but it's got your keys in it. It's really
cool.
neat.
I've never seen one of those.
I got a special like titanium one. It's really cool.
Nice. I got your name on it.
I just got my new Quartermaster QE2, I think they call it. Ricardo Tubbs. That's a Miami Vice reference. I totally had to look it up because I'm not that old. I had to look it up. I'm not that old. I never saw the show.
You're missing out.
Also, my other favorite little pocket knife. I have
great music.
A SOG Slim Jim. It's a great little, real thin.
Man, you are loaded.
Carry little knife.
You're loaded for bear, brother.
Well, and I have a magnesium fire starter in my pocket. Because you never know, man.
Hey, you need to open a lot of envelopes and then burn them.
It's in my knife.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Don't burn the equipment there, homie.
Yeah, don't want to do that.
See, that's more useful against a rape than the whistle.
Well, so
right
that.
in the face.
Yeah, left hand's got a rape whistle on his pocket knife. That's great.
It's my tool, Logic, but we're not to me yet. So what else you got?
I have a little
what you rocking?
Very small foldable Swiss Tech pair of pliers, and it's got a couple little.
I've got one of those.
It's neat. It's just instead of I don't like the big bulky multi-tool thing. Although I really do. There's one out on the market that I really really want, but
I got one of those in my stocking for Christmas this year.
This is it's just a little. I mean, it's
last year.
What would you say?
Did Santa bring it to you?
It's like a $50 size when it's folded up.
Yeah,
it's
about a
pair
$50.
of pliers, and it's got a little wire cutter and a little screwdriver and stuff in it.
It's substantial
neat little thing.
Too.
Yeah, it's
got a good
firearm. A little weight to it.
Good
Glock
feel.
42 is the current carry for me right now.
Nice.
The new 42?
The little one, yeah. I got one like 3 days after we got back from SHOT Show. I had one in my hand. So
nice.
You got those connections, man.
Heck
you know people.
I know people.
Throw a holster here and there, and you get stuff right.
It happens. It happens, man. You'd be surprised what happens when you grease the squeaky wheels, man.
That's right. Anything else you got on you?
No.
Or pound of leather.
Note 3, man. I mean,
Note 3.
Yeah. Oh, my little wallet, dude.
There we go.
Like I got I have my own personal green and black scullerized pocket flip clip wallet that we make. We do other things besides the holsters. I mean, we got the. Wow, you definitely need one. Jeez.
That's mine. I've had it for about 3 years.
You need a new one. That's terrible. The flip clips and wallets and billfolds and all that stuff. We make belts, all kind of stuff, man. Not just holsters. So look, guys, even if you don't carry, go check out the website. We have other stuff.
Yes. All kinds of accessories.
But not assless
Matt?
chaps.
No chaps. No chaps.
No assless chaps.
Huh?
What do you got? EDC?
I'm not as impressive as anybody else at this
like
table.
A Spyderco from here.
Yeah, my little Delica, and in my man purse. No, I'm not kidding.
Oh wow!
Your bag, your EDC bag.
He has a man bag.
Yes, I do.
But that
counts.
Looks
That's
less
EDC.
like a man purse.
This doesn't. This is.
You know why it's okay? It has a hook and loop patch area on the front there for the patches.
Absolutely.
I tell you what. This is from Hazard 4, and it is the greatest. I've had this bag for I don't know got it 3 SHOT shows ago, and it's traveled all over the place with me through Europe and south of the border.
Very cool.
Very nice. My wallet, which is not as impressive as y'all's, but I can go.
Oh, he's got that.
And plus,
that's what
flipping the Border Patrol badge.
He's got that badge from New Mexico, but he lives in Georgia, so it's not really that effective.
Well, when they come up into his house through the tunnel, he's got to be able to show them.
Right,
It's got to be able to reflect.
Right.
And then magazines and
ammo
pistol.
Magazines.
That's
not
about it.
guns and ammo.
What's your pistol?
Huh? It's mine.
We've dropped names here.
Oh, my Glock 23 with the TRL1 on it, and my wonderful stipple job by Aaron Cowan of Sage Dynamics. Feel that. You're going to feel it. You're going to feel it.
I like that.
Yeah.
It feels like my old skateboard when I was a skateboard punk.
I'll ride that down the street.
I believe you.
Yeah.
Just touch it.
Just touch it.
I'm bleeding. Ow.
Touch it now. It's actually pretty good. I mean, it's not that aggressive, but
it's great.
And then I've got a bunch of. There's some that he does that are really.
Do you
aggressive.
do your magazines too?
No, really don't do the magazines. You know, people they'll stipple anything and mess around with everything. I just kind of the only stuff that I do with my magazines is I'll take a soldering iron and I put 3 holes in everything that I have. Yeah, because
market
folks always trying to jack your
stuff at the classes.
What is that? I think I don't even know what this is, but I'm sure it could be used in a survival situation. I think
is that a flask? A flask pin?
Only if you want to. Oh, it's got little screwdrivers in it.
Oh, nice.
Oh, dude, I thought you were going to hit us with a flask pin. That looked awesome.
It wouldn't even be a full shot.
And I know my flashlight's down in the car, so I usually have it in, but driving as far as I did.
But you had one on the bottom of your gun. So.
You can't really pull the gun out, so yeah.
A little multi-tool pin. That's cool.
Yeah, this little thing is pretty handy. So that's it. I'm
am carrying my Glock 30, which I put over there, in my Savoy leather Ron Burgundy Stay Classy Talking Lead holster. I also have...
You rocking the Tool Logic today?
The Tool Logic today.
What's it got on it?
It has got the flashlight, the fire starter, and a thing you blow in and it makes loud noises.
Survival whistle.
Yes. And then I'm carrying also my money shot pin from Dax Brenner, the 50 cal pin, which is an awesome pin.
Let me see your Tool Logic.
Is that it? Is that all you got? You got your survival bracelet on.
Oh, yes. I got a paracord bracelet. And then my Suunto watch.
Your Suunto watch.
That's one thing I forgot because I do have my Casio Pathfinder that has a compass and so forth. You know,
Suunto sounds cooler than Casio. Now, Casio nowadays, to the young kids, they think Casio is cool. Back in our day, Casio was the cheap watch.
It's not a calculator watch. I mean,
I just got a
Lamborghini.
I'm telling you, I've banged this. I've beat this thing up pretty good, and it's still. I killed my last one. So
really?
Yeah. I just had a Planes, Trains, and Automobiles John Candy flashback when he said it's a Casio. Like you laid it down in his arm. He was trying to get a hotel room. Do you remember that?
Yes.
It's a Casio. I have $3 and a Casio.
What about you, Left Hand?
My standard got the Walther PPS appendix in the Ronin holster, the talking lead green Ronin holster. Glock 23 on the ankle with the what holster is I always for it? Blackhawk.
Galco.
No, it wasn't Galco.
Was it Blackhawk?
Blackhawk.
Or Safariland?
Not Safariland. It's Blackhawk. Ankle holster. The Tool Logic.
It's really an Uncle Mike's.
In my left pocket, on my neck, I've got the Cold Steel Double Agent knife. And then I've got the Cantu Brunner 308 pin in the bag with extra mags for each of my carries today. And I got my
Casio.
My $5 watch that I got on sale at some outdoor
Cheapio.
Store. Does it have a name?
Got my Cheapio watch from Walmart.
No, I don't think it does.
It's tactical.
It's Fetwear?
Fitwear? German.
Fetwear? I don't know, something like
Casio. It's like a Chinese knockoff Casio that's like got
Basio. It's a Basio. It's got a picture of a
bought it the
bass
same day I got my Tool Logic.
Rape knife.
What's that? What's the name of that outdoor store?
That makes it sound like you're using it in an offensive way.
Sorry.
A rape knife. Yeah, that's the opposite of. What's that outdoor store?
Bass Pro?
No.
Academy?
No.
Dick's?
Sporting Goods?
No. They do a lot of like hiking and camping and stuff like that.
Sun and Ski Sports?
REI, thank you.
You got that watch at REI?
Yeah, dude, I got this watch at REI. I got my Tool.
Is it like REI outlet?
It was they have this sale store every year of like
cheap
return stuff.
Right, so that was like
return stuff. I got the
Clearance.
watch. It was normally like a.
I bet you that watch will
$150
outlast our $300.
Yeah. It was
or
normally
$300 watches.
$150. I got it for like $10.
How is that $150? It doesn't have a barometer. It has no barometer.
No, it had another little thing that went with it.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that
Man, that's not even a real watch. That's a heart rate.
But I've never used that.
Well, what's hilarious is
I've never used it.
you know that's a girl's watch, right?
But it glows in the dark.
It reminds me of The Office.
That's a
of The
girl's
Office
watch.
when
It's
Steve
little.
Carell had on the woman's
Very
jacket.
little.
It fits great on my
It's
wrist.
tiny.
I'm a tiny guy.
You are a small guy.
Remember in The Office
still whip all your
where
asses.
Steve Carell had he got the woman's jacket out of the bin and then he wore it to the office and it had like the woman's cut and it had like shoulder pads and the guy looked at it, he's like, is that a woman's jacket? And he's like, no, got it out of the clearance bin and it's got like shoulder pads and it's cut for a woman.
Oh my god!
I got a nice raincoat that day too. It was on sale. I don't know. It might be a woman's raincoat.
Also on the iTunes feedback, make sure you go on there. If you're listening to us on iTunes, we had close to 300 comments and feedbacks before we had to switch our iTunes feed, and we're trying to build that back up. We gave away a big prize pack at 100. The prize pack we're going to give away at 200 feedbacks or reviews. I keep saying feedbacks. 200 reviews is going to be bigger than that one. So make sure you go on there.
You mailed that one yet?
Give us a review. It's on its way. Smile, it's Rome. And maybe that's why
people don't do it, because they don't get their swag.
It's coming.
Another big milestone that we're reaching is we're getting close to 50,000 on our Facebook page, and we're going to do a big giveaway on that as well.
Yeah, I want to be in on that, man. I love Facebook giveaways.
Okay.
We'll catch you in
So
on that.
we'll throw in a
We don't know what it is. I'm just
keychain.
No, man. Let's go.
Butthole keychain.
Let's go big. Oh, you know what? That's a
We
funny.
didn't talk about that.
Yeah, we can talk about the cloaca keychain.
I'll just say it. It's a butthole keychain.
It's not really though. I mean,
But it's a butthole.
I don't know
and
what you're talking about.
pee hole?
Yeah,
Fill us in.
It's the one hole to rule them all on the Gators there.
Wow.
One whole.
Left hand, you do not know about the butthole keychain.
I do not.
Oh gosh.
Do tell.
I got in a crocodile hide and I wanted to post it. It was funny, man. I took a picture of the hide and I said, you would think for as much as they charge for these things, it wouldn't come with a hole in it. And oh man, it just went nuts, and everybody thought it was hilarious. And I had a couple of people get upset with me, but I mean, come on, man.
Why are they getting upset?
Funny. It was funny. And then I had. My buddy Bond with Fight Soap said, "Oh man, if you could make a keychain, out of that, it would be so funny." So I immediately cut the bunghole out of the crocodile hide and made a keychain, and I posted a picture of it, and everybody went crazy over it. And I'm sorry, guys, there's only one.
There's one bunghole per alligator, right?
There's only one to rule them all. Like there's only one bunghole on a hide, and these hides are really expensive, guys. If somebody and they don't all have them.
Yeah.
It's not every one of them has.
Couldn't you just like cut a hole?
No, because it's actually got like folds.
Wouldn't that actually be less hide you're using to make those? Because
the whole thing is that most people have no idea what they look like, so you could just make hundreds.
Call it the alligator.
I don't know what it looks like, but if somebody told me
like that.
Cut them out,
that's what it was,
no,
I might get it and give it to.
No, you can tell though. You can tell though. I mean,
is it the smell?
No. Somebody said, "Hey man, make me a coin purse out of it."
Tell them not to smoke around.
Somebody wanted a coin purse made out of it. I said,
First of all, if you're wanting a coin purse, something's wrong.
Well,
you're from France.
If you look at the thing, it kind of looks like a coin purse.
It does.
So you put drawstrings in it. And...
Oh my goodness.
So, anyways, back to the reviews. I had to get that in there though.
Yeah.
So make sure you leave some iTunes reviews for us.
Facebook, Instagram,
post all that stuff. We know you're out there. We're seeing
and go to our website. We've got the forums on our website.
Yeah, we got the forums on there too.
So it's a great place to. I mean, if you've got something that's on your mind, start a conversation with the Leadheads, the Leadhead Nation.
Yep.
Jim Irwin's got a blog post, and Student of the Gun has a blog post there as well. Just go to our website under the forum section. And speaking of, we've got feedback from Ryan D. And Ryan says, "Hey fellas, I love the fact that you guys are growing out your hair for kids with cancer. 5 years ago, at 28, I was diagnosed with leukemia. I got a bone marrow transplant from a complete stranger from somewhere in Europe and have been doing very well since. 2.5 years cancer-free. Way to go, Ryan. We're glad to hear that, buddy. I write you to say thanks. It means a lot, as with leukemia, I still see a lot of sick, bald kids who don't deserve to go through this, as I know how hard it is. Oftentimes, especially for young girls, wigs make them feel normal again. And then he goes on to talk about some other things here. So he goes on to say, I'm a huge fan of the podcast. I was shooting and hunting pheasants one month after I got out of the hospital from transplant when most people can barely walk. Keep up the good work. Again, thanks for being advocates for kids with cancer. It means a lot. Well, appreciate it, Ryan. And our hair is getting there, man. Mm-hmm. We've probably still got another year. I would give it...
I'm dreading the summer. I'm not complaining about it because I know we're doing it for good cause.
I want to know how many haircuts you've had. How many haircuts have you had since we started?
I shaved the back of my neck about 6 months ago.
Just shaved the back of your neck. That's it. How come your hair's not any longer, dude?
Because it's wavy. It's long. It's just wavy, so it all sucks back up to my head.
All right.
I measured it the other day. It's
Mine's
7 inches.
Coming right along.
What's the length requirement for that?
That's wishful thinking.
It's got to be 12 inches.
You can pound it with a small hammer.
And I was wrong. We actually do have a couple of new iTunes ones. I looked at it since we got the 1-star review from that one. But we got 5 stars, pure entertainment from Chris 12323 or Chris L2323, one of the two. He said the best podcast hands down. Saw they received a recent 1-star review, and the only thing that popped into my head was the boys have hit the big time. Any gun guy that has followed their show and realized what genuinely good guys they are and how pro Second Amendment they are could not possibly have given a 1-star review unless you are a troll.
Least.
Huh?
Unless?
Did I say lest? Unless.
Okay.
Unless you were a troll. And then the other one from Kirk F76, 5-star review. Awesome show, guys. Hickok rules.
Okay.
So
is that a backhanded compliment?
No, he gave us 5 stars. So,
but we're still. But Hickok rules.
Yeah, we're still an average.
I should probably go on in there and.
You haven't?
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go cry. It's okay. Matt has.
I always hit remind me later when I get something that says, "Hey, would you like to rate this?" I was later.
Matt opened 5 iTunes accounts just so he can.
I'm a positive troll.
That's great. That's great.
Ghosting everything.
Trolls everything.
That's another thing.
You guys look great.
It's awesome.
Really hot.
That's another big
Jennifer
thing about
127.
A big
not
thing
fake.
about
Jennifer 127.
Not fake. Not gay. He does the opposite of the real trolls.
Big deal about all the social media stuff, man. You cannot feed the trolls, man. Don't interact with them. They'll go away if you.
But you don't want them to on YouTube because
let it rip, huh?
Every time they post, that's another view.
Oh, and Facebook too. But like the heavily interactive things like Instagram. I don't interact with them.
It's funny to me.
You're not going to get a rise out of me, man. I'll delete you.
I've been around this. I started training about 15 years ago, and it was when the internet and forums really started getting going. Mm-hmm. And, trolls were back then, and then people like well-known martial art and fitness coaches now, and anybody that's listening to this from that world knows what I'm talking about. I'll just say one word, Bello. It's this one guy that used to go under this fake name, and he'd get kicked off of like every forum, everything. And people just trolled and trolled and trolled and trolled. And for years, so I remember getting all upset about it. Mm-hmm. Being like, how dare, what the... And then all of a sudden one day I was like, wait a minute, I'm making money.
Yeah.
And that guy is just posting.
Thank you for paying me.
Hey guys,
all right, that's cool. I'm all right with that. Now, like, people get upset about, my thing is with trolls or anybody like that, I just delete it. Like, I do this for myself, and I do this for the people that like what I do. Mm-hmm. I don't do it for idiots who just sit in their house and like wipe French fry grease off their fingers and then start like slippery typing all over the place. Like, I do it because I enjoy it. And I mean, I'd rather delete it than sit there and just be like, oh great, I'm going to have to argue with some idiot. No, delete. I don't get a whole lot of negative because I'm pretty positive with everybody, but like you said, I am like, I'm in my world, like, most people that are my competitors, like, I'll go teach at their schools. It's because I'm a nice guy, but like I just delete trolls. I mean, I'm just see ya.
Yeah,
we beat the trolls to the punch.
I think I have the best.
You troll yourselves.
I have the best Instagram followers. I think because everybody's so great and awesome. I don't get a troll often, but if I do, they burn them to the ground, man. I don't even have to say anything. You know, you guys are awesome. Keep keeping it up.
You let the fans take.
Keep on.
Yeah.
And we've got a new show that we started called Select Fire. I don't know if you guys have.
I was on it. I was on it. Yeah.
You've been on it.
Hello.
And we had Destiny on it last episode.
Yep.
And we got what do they call it? Destiny Bomb?
Blitzed.
FOT Blitz.
FOD Blitz. Fate of Destiny Blitz.
Blitzed.
She'll pick a video every week when she does her hangout and has all her followers go to that video and say, "You've been blitzed." It was actually kind of cool.
Yeah,
we're going to do a video.
It was very humbling. We appreciate
you
you doing that, Destiny. Thank you, and thanks to all the FOD. What do you call them? Blitzers?
The T-Rex Army.
T-Rex Army. That's what it was. Yeah.
Do you know why they call it the T-Rex Army?
No.
Because in one of her videos, she was talking about how something's difficult for her because she's got short little T-Rex arms. So now they call it.
I wish I would have known that. I would have made her a T-Rex holster instead of the one I made her.
It's awesome.
It was pretty cool though. She was impressed. You know.
Yeah.
I put
do you
her
want to
logo
read Dale's thing right here that he left on the last Select Fire?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So on our last episode, it was loosely based on tactical training, fitness and being a loosely, because it's our show. So we made it as serious as possible, but it was still good, fun, lighthearted. But we got one of our listeners or watchers. What do you call them? Viewers, I guess, on our Select Fire.
The Watchers.
Dale
we
M.
don't have viewers, we have watchers.
Wrote, and he differed a little bit. He said, I differ slightly on training of the body for tactical preparedness. I'm not able to train in the ways that you all stated. And, of course, we were all doing generalities, assuming that everybody, had full function of all their limbs and body parts. I was ran over by a Ford 3000 farm tractor with a rotor tiller behind it. And you see where this is going. This was just April 22nd, 2013. So I asked you all how I go about train with my condition. I did lose my right eye every time I go to shoulder my rifle and shotguns. By habit, I go straight for my right shoulder when my right eye is blind. Very frustrating. And then he goes on to talk about that. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn his information over to a couple of the experts that were on the show and a couple of our friends like Rob Pincus and Aaron and see what they recommend and get them in touch with Dale because I'm sure that is very frustrating for him.
Oh, yeah. Well, guys, we're going to thank our sponsors. And if everybody's wondering, well, what the heck does Matt do? We'll get that tomorrow, which will be actually next week's episode.
Yeah, so stay tuned next week.
Yeah, next week we'll find out a little
That's
bit more.
That's going to be our Heroes Behind the Badge show, which that is tomorrow. By the time you guys are hearing this, we'll probably be knee-deep in it, giving away Noveske lowers and all kinds of cool stuff.
Oh,
and the holster.
And the awesome Savoy leather holster. And we have a Cantu Bruner Blue Line pin.
Thin Blue Line, yep.
Thin Blue Line.
We've got a Savoy leather Python holster.
It's not a Python butt.
No. It's not a butthole.
No.
It's not a Cloaca holster.
Oh, and amazingly enough, the Python didn't have one. And people asked.
They didn't go that way.
It just absorbs into his skin.
They must have cut it off. I don't know. It just wasn't there, man.
That's what happened to me.
No, that's probably why it takes you 20 seconds on the toilet. Done.
Right out the front. Right out the front. Just liquefied.
Wow. I thought we had it back on the tracks, and that just ruined it. Yeah. He jumped on the tornado and rode it into that one.
Wow.
With a unicorn. I was on a unicorn in the tornado.
Was the unicorn shooting lasers out of its butt?
It was a bucking unicorn.
I saw that the new one that had like the fire lasers with like a little like Nazi badge and a cat with like one eye and all this stuff. Like Steve Arian posted it up, and I don't know where he got it from, but I had to.
I like his new ads. Did you see the new ads for Gray Fox T-shirts? That's pretty funny. He got Aaron in one of them too. It's like the shirts make you have to look it up. They're funny.
It's like T-shirts are like legal steroids. Aaron Cowan, or it's like astronaut gymnastics or something.
So, Jeremiah, if people want to get a holster from you, follow you, all that stuff, where do they go?
Our main website is SavoyLeather.com, SAVOY leather.com. We're also there's links to the online store there. There's the custom inquiry tab there. There's descriptions for styles and colors and all that stuff on the website. If you have any questions, you can always email us too. Guys, you got to be patient. It takes a little time to get back on the emails. We get a lot of inquiries and a lot of emails. And that's SavoyLeather@gmail.com. Instagram @SavoyLeather, Twitter @SavoyLeather.
Spelled Savoy.
Spelled Savoy, SAVOY. Come on, you guys should know this by now. You guys talk about me every week. SAVOY leather.com.
For someone that doesn't sponsor us, you should.
I don't know.
You got a lot of airtime.
I love it. That's why I drove so far to come meet you guys and hang out. It was great.
Go ahead and say the Promec stuff, but you'll get more next week too. So if they want to find out more, train with you, all that stuff.
Yeah, you can go to pramek.com. That's pramek.com, and that's Promec. So stop on by. We got tons of videos, tons of free videos, blog posts. I mean, everything you can possibly imagine. A lot of new products out.
With you upside down scratching your butt.
No, but there is a new video from me and Aaron Cowan. It's a
really?
and
together?
It's a fitness. Yeah, Promec and Sage Dynamics coming together for our first video. It's a fitness video.
Would that be Prage Dynamic?
Only if I had a stroke when I said it. Yeah, we got brand new product that I don't think anybody's expecting to hit, so I'm pretty excited about it.
And we want to thank our sponsors: ICE Training, ICEtraining.us, All or Nothing Tattoo Studios, that's allornothingtattoo.com, and their very gun-friendly merchandise store, strangleholdmerch.com.
HG Press, Holder Green Professional Real Estate Services, 1-800-615-1840, extension pew 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 pew. 2222. I'd like to thank Lone Wolf Distributors for supplying us with the Timberwolf to T&E.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to Zach over there. Appreciate it, buddy.
Fun gun to shoot. I want to thank Ergo Grip for helping us out again.
Absolutely. Ernie Sandoval, looking forward to seeing him coming up into the month. Ergo Grips, ergogrips.net.
All right, guys, so thanks for coming out, man. Thanks for coming all the way from Oklahoma
and
Hotlanta.
Well, hey, wait, I got a coupon code for you guys.
For us?
Oh, coupon code.
For the lead heads. I got a coupon.
That's right.
If you guys, if you go on our online store, which is SavoyLeather.SavoyLeatherOnlineStore.com, you can reach it from our main site. There's a tab there. If you buy anything in the store, you can get a discount, 10% off anything in the store by using the coupon code TalkingLead.
Awesome.
Nice. Appreciate that, man.
No problem.
You guys take advantage of that because that is very nice.
And as always, left hand,
keep your loved ones close
and your firearms closer.